everyone, today we're going to be reading The Dog Who Belonged to No One, written by Amy Hest and illustrated by Amy Bates. Can everyone point to the title? Good, and can everyone point to the author? Good job. And the illustrator? Good job. So what do we notice about the cover? Well, there's a little dog in the middle, and he's brown and white. Do any of you have a dog? I have a dog. His name is Cooper, and he's my best friend in the whole world. How many of you would say that your dog is your best friend? They're the best buddies, and they're always there to listen. And they're always there for you. And what else do we notice about the cover? What season is it? It's fall. How many of you love fall? I love fall. What's your favorite thing about fall? Is it wearing cozy sweaters? Is it seeing the pretty colors of the leaves? Or is it wrapping up in a cozy blanket in the evening? Or baking cookies? There's so much to love about fall. Well, this story is about a little dog who belongs to no one. What do you think will happen in the story? I wonder if this cute little puppy will find his best friend and forever home. Let's start reading and find out. The Dog Who Belonged to No One. For Kate and Billy, who belonged to each other, and for Alex, for everything. Once there was a small dog with crooked ears. He belonged to no one. It says his ears are crooked. Let's think about that word again. Crooked. What do you think that word means? Well, crooked means not straight. His ears are crooked because they're bent and they're not sticking up straight like other dogs' ears do. I think having crooked ears makes him special and unique. It makes him different. Sometimes the things that are different about us are the things that make us the most special and the most lovable. So let's listen to the word crooked again. Say it with me slowly. Crooked, crooked. What sound do you hear at the beginning? K, like in cat. And how about the r sound, like in rat? And what sound is in the middle? Like in book or in look? Crooked. Let's clap the syllables. Crooked. There's 2 syllables. So let's see what happens. Okay. And once there was a little wisp of a girl named Leah. What do you guys think the word wisp means? Well, the word wisp is used to describe something small and something delicate. So the author is saying that Leah is small and delicate. The dog who belonged to no one was a perfectly nice fellow with a perfectly nice temperament. He was not a loud barker, nor was he a biter, a jumper, or a fussy eater, or a grumbler. Leah lived with her mother, a baker, and her father, a baker, in a crooked little house on the edge of town. It always smelled wonderful there, like bread in the oven and cake. The porch had a soft nightlight. Look, what do you notice about the house? Now the house is crooked, just like the dog's ears. That means it's not straight. It's a little tilted or bent. But just like the puppy's ears, the crooked house is special in its own way. Both the puppy and the house are filled with love. The dog who belonged to no one tried hard to be helpful every day. When the baseballs of summer sailed into the woods, he found the baseballs. When the air turned cold and mittens went missing, he found the mittens. Not that anyone took notice of a small dog with crooked ears. Oh. I really love how kind and helpful this dog is. I think he's filled with love, and I think he helps others feel better out of the goodness of his heart without expecting anything in return. He's treating others as he'd like to be treated, and that's such a good quality to have in life. Every Sunday, the busiest day for bakers, Leah saddled up her bike with fine breads and gorgeous cakes to deliver to town. Wow, look at the beautiful cakes, and I love cake. Okay. The dog who belonged to no one spent his days quite alone, exploring the narrow streets and wide boulevards of town after town. All through the changing seasons, he longed for a friend. There were many high hills, and Leah pedaled very hard. Her legs grew tired. To make herself feel less alone, she thought up stories as she pedaled. The stories were like friends on her long ride to town. So what do you notice about Leah and the dog? What do they both have in common? They're both lonely, and they both need a friend. Let's see what happens. As day turned slowly to night, the dog who belonged to no one tried to outrun the night. Run, run, run! But a small dog could not outrun the night. As the dark grew darker, he trembled, he shook. To make himself less lonely, he pictured a yard and a porch with a soft light. He pictured a cozy corner where he could tuck himself inside himself and dream of belonging to someone. So does anyone know what the word trembled means in this sentence? Well, it means to shake because you're afraid, cold, or nervous. So you can actually figure this out by reading the next sentence, where the author says he shook, which explains how he was scared. And you can use this when you're reading your own books. It's a good strategy. So what is the dog doing to make himself feel better? He's using his imagination to go to another world in his mind where he's warm and safe. And this is something you can all do if you're having a bad day. Just remember that your imagination can take you to a warmer place. And you're free to think of a happy memory whenever you want to. So I want everyone to take a second and just think of a really happy memory. It can be anything, where you feel safe and warm inside. Do you have your memory? Okay, so I want you to keep this memory in your mind and really remember it and really hold on to it. And next time you're having a bad day, I want you to take a second, breathe, and remember this moment. It will make you feel a lot better and remind you that bad days are only temporary and the best is yet to come. And what else is the puppy doing? Well, he has a really positive attitude even though he's stuck in the storm. He's filled with hope and he's not giving up. He knows that life won't be this hard forever and that if he keeps going, everything will be okay. And I want you all to remember this. If life ever gets hard, keep the hope and never give up. And always stay positive. Okay, let's see what happens next. I wonder what will happen. As day turned slowly to night, Leah pedaled all the way home. Pedal, 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 to the crooked little house, where she climbed into bed and tucked herself inside herself and dreamed. What do you notice the little girl did? She tucked herself inside of herself, just like the little dog said he pictured himself doing in the last part, in a cozy corner belonging to someone. I wonder what this means. Let's find out. One Sunday morning, a storm whipped into town, a great big Sunday soaker. The dog who belonged to no one tried to outrun the storm. Run, run, run. At that very moment, on that very Sunday, a wisp of a girl was racing home. Pedal, pedal, pedal. So what do you think the word whipped means? One Sunday morning, a storm whipped into town, a great big Sunday soaker. What do you think, based on this sentence, the word whipped means? It means to move fast and suddenly. So the storm moved fast and suddenly into town. The storm whipped into town. So what do the little dog and Leah have in common now? They're both out in the rainstorm. They're both cold and lonely. I wonder what will happen. Let's see. But the small dog could not outrun the storm. How wet he was, soaked to the bone. Leah was soaked right to the bone. I wonder, will they meet up? I wonder, will they find each other? He shook, he shivered, he dripped. When the wind blew, his crooked ears blew. She shook, she shivered, and she dripped. When the wind blew, her hair blew too. What do you notice about this illustration? It illustrates the whole town. And here you can see Leah's on one side, and the little dog is over on the other side. So, even though they're in separate areas, they're experiencing the exact same thing. So this is a reminder to everyone that even though sometimes it might feel like you're alone in a situation, you never are. There's always someone experiencing the exact same thing. So, you're never alone. What do you think's gonna happen? Do you think they'll find each other? Let's see. The dog who belonged to no one ran and ran to the edge of town and onto the porch of the crooked little house. Leah pedaled and pedaled to the edge of town, right to the porch, where her parents were waiting and a small dog was waiting, and the soft light was on. What do you guys think of this part? Wow, the dog ended up exactly where he was meant to be. Even after everything he went through, he worked really hard and he didn't give up and he made it. So if you guys all work hard and never give up, you'll all end up exactly where you're meant to be too, just like the dog. I'm so happy they found each other. Let's see what happens. Inside there was bread in the oven and cake, and the towels were warm. Oh, they're both warm and cozy now together, and they're not alone anymore. In time, the dog who belonged to no one stopped shivering. Leah stopped too. They both had cake, and afterward he tucked himself inside himself on Leah's chair. Oh. As day turned to night, he dreamed, and in his dream, he had a friend. When he woke up, Leah was there. "Hello," she said. She stayed right there, telling him a story about a wisp of a girl and a small dog with crooked ears. Do you remember at the beginning of the book when the little dog was dreaming and wishing for a friend, to be cozy and warm and to belong to someone? What happened to the little dog's dream? It came true. So keep dreaming just like the little dog. Have faith in your dreams, and someday it might come true. No matter how sad you might feel, keep believing that your dream will come true. And they belong to each other, all through the changing seasons. Now they'll always have each other. So no matter how hard life gets, life can always turn around. The little dog is such an inspiration because he had hope and never gave up. So just like the little dog, until then, we can use hope and our imagination to carry us through. And remember that you can always choose to transport yourself to a happy memory in your mind, whenever you need to. Always have courage and be kind. Just like the little puppy. Be kind even when the world is unkind to you, because it'll repay you in ways unimaginable, in the most beautiful ways that you can't even imagine yet. Have courage and be kind, just like the little dog, and you guys will all have beautiful lives too. I truly believe that each and every one of you will have a beautiful life. So keep dreaming. And that's the end. So now we're all going to do a fun activity, and I want you all to draw a picture of your own crooked house, and it can be a wobbly, tilted, colorful, or cozy house just like the one in the book. And so inside the house, you can draw one of the following: a special memory that makes you feel warm and safe, someone or something you love, a dream that you hope will come true one day. And when everyone is complete, I'll decorate a bulletin board with all of our crooked but cozy dreams. Thank you for listening.